Good evening and welcome back to American Bulletin. I'm Kelly, and tonight we bring you breaking coverage of a fiery primetime address from the White House, a speech that has captured headlines, stirred controversy, and set the stage for even more heated political debate as we head into 2026. Before we dive into the details, make sure you like this video, leave a comment with your perspective on these developments, and subscribe for non-stop, in-depth news updates delivered without bias and straight to you. Stay with us, you'll want to hear every angle on this. In a rare evening address broadcast across major networks, President Donald Trump took to the podium for nearly 20 minutes, delivering a speech that blended celebration of achievements with sharp criticism of political opponents and an unmistakable pushback against mounting economic frustrations at home. The address came amid slipping approval ratings and growing public concern over inflation and living costs, but the tone was unmistakably defiant and resolute. President Trump opened by framing his first year in office as a story of triumph over adversity, asserting that he inherited a mess when he took office, and that his administration has been working tirelessly to correct course for the nation. He touted progress on multiple fronts, including purported reductions in prescription drug costs through a newly promoted government website designed to lower prices, and an initiative he called the Warrior Dividend, pledging a $1,776 holiday bonus for more than 1 million active-duty military members. That figure, the president explained, was symbolic of America's founding in 1776 and intended as a patriotic gesture to recognize service members' sacrifices. Throughout the address, Trump repeatedly blamed his predecessor, former President Joe Biden, for ongoing economic challenges, criticizing past policies, and insisting that his own administration's actions have bolstered American strength and prosperity. He argued that wages are rising, inflation has been tamed, and that the U.S. economy is poised for an economic boom the likes of which the world has never seen. Yet, despite the president's upbeat rhetoric, independent public polling suggests persistent skepticism among many Americans about the direction of the economy, particularly when it comes to the costs of everyday essentials like food, housing, and utilities. What sets this address apart from typical political speeches is not just its timing, delivered during a crucial holiday season, but also the broader narrative it underscores about the Trump presidency as he prepares for the critical 2026 midterm elections. The president's remarks, delivered in a tone that critics described as more akin to a rally than a traditional state address, sought not only to reassure supporters, but also to regain momentum amid rising political headwinds. Yet, despite widespread speculation that the speech might touch at length on escalating tensions between the United States and Venezuela, foreign policy took a back seat to domestic talking points. While Trump's administration has recently intensified pressure on Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro's government, including that controversial declaration of a blockade on sanctioned oil tankers and expanded sanctions aimed at cutting off Venezuelan revenue, these measures went largely unaddressed in the primetime remarks. Venezuelan oil exports remain central to Caracas's economy, and U.S. actions have drawn sharp rebukes from Venezuelan officials, who condemn the moves as violations of international law, promising to raise the issue at the United Nations and rally global opposition. Instead, the president used the platform to highlight what he portrayed as wins for the American people, from job creation to regulatory rollbacks, and to pitch his broader vision for the coming year. Trump also used the address to reaffirm his stance on crime, border security, and healthcare reforms, positioning himself as a leader taking decisive action in difficult times. Yet the lack of fresh policy announcements, particularly on pressing foreign affairs challenges, left some analysts questioning whether the speech was more about political narrative than substantive governance. Across the political divide, reactions to the speech were sharply divided. Supporters praised the president's assertiveness and his focus on military support and economic optimism, while critics lambasted what they called a rally-style address full of repeated attacks on political opponents, incomplete policy details, and minimal engagement with the complex realities facing everyday Americans. The commentary was swift and often pointed, with voices on both sides weighing in across social and traditional media platforms. As the nation digests the implications of this address, one thing is clear: the political landscape is as polarized as ever, and moments like this, delivered in prime time to millions of viewers, carry ongoing consequences for public opinion, electoral dynamics, and the broader national dialogue. Whether this speech will galvanize support or further fuel dissent remains to be seen, but it has certainly ensured that the conversation continues. If you want continuous coverage of how this story unfolds, from economic impacts to foreign policy tensions and what it means for everyday Americans, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to American Bulletin. We'll bring you expert analysis, on-the-ground reports, and deeper insight you won't find anywhere else. Thanks for watching, and stay informed.